Hey everyone, this is Tracking25 and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be making a how-to video on a redstone item for people that are new to redstone and want to learn a little bit more about it. So today's redstone item we're going to be doing is the comparator. Now for those of you who do not know what a redstone comparator looks like, it's this little thing right here. It has two little knobs at the top just like that, and then one little knob right there that you can flicker on and off. And to craft this thing right here, what you need is this recipe right there. It involves 3 redstone torches placed just like that with nether quartz in the middle and then stone on the bottom right over there. Now this world will be out for download just in case you guys want to follow the tutorial with me, but let's get started at learning about the redstone comparator. So the comparator has 3 main inputs, one in the back over here and 2 in the sides right here and over there. We'll be talking about the side inputs in the next video. And the output for the comparator is this redstone signal right over there. Now the cool thing about the comparator is it outputs the signal that it receives. So if I place a redstone torch right over here, it gets a signal strength of 15 there, and if you see from the little map over here, it goes all the way to 15, just like that. And let's say for instance I want to put in a signal of 14, what I just do is back up the torch by 1 block, and now the comparator is receiving a signal strength of 14. If I go over here, we'll see my little map right there that the signal strength goes to 14. Now comparators are mainly used for is reading the signal strength of chests and other containers, and there's a special formula for that which I'll be getting to later on in this video. And as you can see from this chest right over here, I have a full chest of redstone dust and it outputs a signal strength of 15 right over there. And also the comparator can read the signal strength of the chest through a block just like this, but the only catch is it has to be in line with the chest just like that, and it can't read the signal strength on the side of the blocks. Now the formula for figuring out the signal output is this right over here. It is the total number of items divided by their stack size, divided by the slots in the container, multiplied by 14, 1 added to the end, and then round down to the nearest whole number. What that just means is the total number of items, so the total amount of items I'm putting in, which is 7 times 64, which is 448, divided by their stack size, which is 64, so 448 divided by 64, divided by the slots in the container, so the chest has 27 slots, so that's divided by 27, multiplied by 14, and then 1 added to the end of that. And what you do is if you get a decimal number, you just round down to the nearest whole number. So this example right over here, if I do that formula right there, I get 4.63, and now I just have to round down to the nearest number, and you can see that I get a signal output of 4 just right over here. Now just to show you that it works with other stackable items and other types of containers, in this dropper right over here I have 3 stacks of 16 signs with a dropper with 9 slots, and if I do the math you should get an answer of 17 over 3, which is just right under 6, so by rounding down I should get a signal strength of 5, just shown by this sign right over here. Now another use for a comparator is extending a signal, as shown by this circuit right over here. Now if I press this button right over there, you see that the redstone current is still on even though the button is still not active anymore. Now this works in the same way as I showed you in the beginning of this tutorial. Now how the comparator works is it outputs the signal that it receives, so it receives a signal strength of 15 right over here. That continues all the way till here, and all the way to there over here. The only thing is this signal strength will be 15 and this one will be 14. So now it receives a signal strength of 14, goes all the way 14 right over here. Now this is 14 and then 13. And then so on and so on and so on, and that's how the signal gets extended until the signal gets down to 0 right over here. Now another cool trick with the comparators is sending a signal in pulses instead of a constant signal like that one over there. So if you send a short enough pulse into the comparator just like that, you should see that the light's going to constantly flashing off until the signal is completely depleted right over there. Now it works the exact same way as that over there, just the only difference is I sent a short enough signal through it so it doesn't have time to create a full solid line of redstone dust over there. So how this works is very simple. Whatever signal you send to the comparators right over here, if you place it in this layout right over there, that's the amount of pulses you're going to get in that light. So I sent a signal strength of 15 going to the comparators, so I should see 15 pulses. Perfect, that was 15 pulses going through the comparator right there. Now there's another way to do this too, just without putting a block over there, and I call this the half adder. It's the exact same thing as this over here, just it's going to be half. So if you send a signal strength of 15 going to this right over here, it's going to be half of that, rounded up, which is 8. So say for instance you have an odd number of signal strength you sent through, like 13, what it is, it's going to be 13 divided by 2, which is 6.5, so you have to round up to 7. So in this case it is 15, so you should see 8 pulses in that lamp right over there. Perfect, those are the 8 pulses going to that lamp right there. Now before I go, I just want to show you again one more time how you can manipulate the comparators to get the right amount of signals that you want. So say for instance you want to get 13 flashes in that light right over there. What you just have to do is send a signal strength of 13 going to that run comparator right there. If I place a block right over here, you should see this light is going to only flash 13 times, and then eventually it will go off once the signal is completely depleted. And that is 13 times exactly. And it works the exact same thing for this right over here, but since it's a half adder, what you can just do is just send a small signal in there and you'll get half of it anyway. Just have to remember with this one here, whatever signal strength you send in, you'll get half of that rounded up. So any odd numbers that you get, say for instance a signal strength of 11 going in there, you have to do 11 divided by 2, which is 5.5, rounded up so you get 6 flashes in that light. And that is all the time I have for this video. There'll be a part 2 coming out in this tutorial of comparators in the near future, so have a look out for that one. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, you can let me know by leaving a like down below. This has been Tracking 25, and I'll see you guys in part 2.